What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Nurse Nook. So 2 days ago I made my 1-year anniversary in the ER, and I figured let me do a final ER update. I've been in the ER for a year and I feel like I have a lot of experience and insight that I can share with you guys. So I just wanted to do this little update to let you guys know how my nursing career has been going and give you guys a little insight about my day-to-day life in the ER. I don't know if you guys have ever heard this, but have you guys ever heard of Kylie Jenner did like this video interview and she's like, I feel like this is the year of realizing things. And that is exactly how I felt my entire first year of being a nurse was. I was realizing so many things. I was like mind blown. And it's not only healthcare related and nursing related. I learned so much about myself and my professionalism, and there's just so much. I don't even know if I could put it into words because it's that much information. So let me just start at the beginning. I'm so glad I chose to start my nursing career in the ER because I was thrown into a field and I honestly didn't realize how crazy and stressed I would be, but I'm honestly grateful for that experience because I learned so much so quickly. So my first couple months in the ER, I was freaking scared. Like, I was like, there's no way I can be without my preceptor. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. And honestly, to this day, I still feel like I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm selling myself short because sometimes I just start doing things and then I didn't even realize I knew how to do that. So I feel like it's just, and I honestly feel like that's sometimes a good trait to have, to be super careful and to feel nervous, because when you're a little bit nervous, you pay closer attention to the work you're doing. And I feel like in nursing that is super important. Like, you never want to get comfortable because that's when you start making mistakes, and these are people's lives that we're playing with, and you know, that's just a bad situation if you're lollygagging, and you know, that can just turn into a really terrible situation. By the way, let me just throw this in there. This video is probably going to be very all over the place because I have nothing planned, nothing written. I'm just speaking what's on my mind and having a real conversation with you guys. So anyways, I remember when I was in nursing school, the professors would always say, start in med-surg, that's where you get your experience. And honestly, I really don't think it's necessary to start in med-surg. Don't get me wrong, like, you could always use med-surg experience because there's so much to learn and you can learn so much about time management and see like the inpatient side. But if you already know what you want to do, I feel like why waste your time, you know? Go right into it. It's stressful in the beginning, yes. You'd probably have an easier time starting off on a unit like med-surg than jumping into like something critical like ER. But you know, why not jump right into it and learn as you go? Because that's exactly what I did, and I'm grateful that I jumped right into a stressful field like the ER because now I feel like I can handle just about anything. Some of my favorite things that I love about being in the ER is that no 2 days are the same. I love how I can walk into work not knowing, am I gonna have 0 patients? Am I gonna have 4 patients? Am I gonna have something critical? Like, your day is different every day. Some days I can have slow, boring days, and other days I have like 4 critical patients. Every day is something different, so you're constantly learning, especially as a new nurse. That is so important that you are always learning because there's so much to learn. And let me throw this tip in there while I'm talking about learning. Do not be afraid to ask questions. Please do not be afraid. Even if you have to ask the same questions multiple times, like me, because my memory is terrible and I forget the answers to everything. If you don't know something, please ask, because you're in a career where you have so much responsibility on your shoulders and the responsibility of people's lives, and you do not want to be playing with that. Please ask if you don't know something. Don't feel like, oh my god, I'm so stupid, I should know this, I'm not gonna ask. Ask. Another thing I learned through this year experience as a nurse is how to deal with coworkers. I've never had a full-time job before. This is my full-time job, so I've never really had that like full experience of dealing with coworkers full-time, and especially for such a long amount of time. And this is something that I struggled with at first, but like I said, like I grew so much from this experience, and I feel like I would not have learned these life lessons if I hadn't been thrown in difficult situations working in the ER. I definitely learned a lot about how to work with different personalities, just about learning how to keep certain things private and how to not, you know, tell all of your business to everyone you work with. Major key. Definitely now I'm the type of person, and I think I've kind of always been this way, but more so since I've been doing YouTube, I really don't like to speak about my personal life at work. I definitely have like a few close friends, but mostly I really just am very professional at work. I'm not very outgoing. I don't know why. When I'm at work, I'm just like in work mode. I'm very like to myself. I'm still very friendly, don't get me wrong, but I'm just like, I know that I'm here to do my job and that is my focus. I'm not into like cliques and drama. Like, I honestly could care less. I'm here to learn and to save patients, and that's it. I might as well speak on this while I'm on the topic. A lot of you have been asking me like, do people at my job know about my YouTube channel? And yes, pretty much everybody that I communicate with at my job knows about my channel. That's not exactly what I wanted. I kind of didn't want anybody to really know, but people kind of just found out on their own. So I'm like, whatever, you know. I kind of try to keep it on the DL at first, just because I didn't want to have to deal with like opinions and like people talking about it, because, you know, not everybody is gonna be positive towards you and have good things to say about you. So I kind of just rather delete that whole option and just keep everything to myself. Now, one of the biggest challenges that I've had since I've been in the ER, and I still struggle with this every day, is feeling like I'm not smart enough to be there. A lot of times I feel like inferior to the older nurses because they do have so much knowledge, and it's like, damn, sometimes I won't even think of something and somebody will mention it or the doctor will ask about it. I'm like, really, Lexi? Like, why would you not think of that? Why didn't you do that? Why didn't you anticipate this? Like, I beat myself up a lot, but that's just because like I want to be the best that I can be. And a lot of times I just feel like I'm always pointing out things I do wrong and things I don't know. And it really gets to me sometimes, but I always have to like build myself up. Like, you're only a year in, girl. Please relax. Like, you still have so much more to go. Don't feel inferior because you're not at the same knowledge capacity as somebody that's been doing this for 20 years. Like, that doesn't even make sense. I don't even know why I criticize myself so much. But that is something I struggle with, and I feel like a lot of new nurses struggle with that. A lot of my friends that I graduated with say the same thing, and that we just like feel dumb all the time. And I'm sure it gets better, because I definitely feel way better than when I first started, but I still feel like sometimes that, you know, like, how did I even pass the NCLEX? Because I don't know. One thing I will say is I have gotten so good at IVs, y'all. Like, I can pop an IV in you with my eyes closed. And that is one thing that I said that I wanted to be really good at, is starting IVs, and now I'm just like popping IVs in everybody. I mean, I'm not like the best. I'm not the best, but compared to what I used to be, I have upgraded multiple levels. You know, another thing that I also struggle with sometimes is the challenge of feeling like I'm not able to give all of the care that I want to give to my patients, because the ER is such a fast-paced environment. Like, I'll have 4 patients that I could get slammed with all at once potentially, and I have so many tasks to do on each patient. I feel like I can't really sit down and build the rapport I want to build with my patients, because I have to go through things so fast. Like, when we start getting busy, it's almost like it's a checklist. Like, I have to get you in a gown, I gotta get you hooked up, I gotta start an IV, we gotta start your fluids, your meds, we gotta get a urine sample. Like, there's so many things that I know I have to do, and they have to get done, because it's gonna slow down your care if I'm not on top of these things. So as much as I want to be like, oh, like, do you have kids at home? Like, do you like dogs? I have to be like, okay, allergic to any medications, boo, boo, boo. Like, I have to go through so fast with things, and that's something at first that I was really slow, because I was over here trying to talk to everybody, trying to get their background story, and I was getting so behind. So now I kind of have to be like, It's almost like I see, and I don't like this, that I'm starting to get like this now, but I'm trying to get out of that to where I see patients as like their complaint, like abdominal pain, chest pain. Like I know what I have to do. And I want to get away from that and see them more as a patient that is having a problem. You know, like how would I feel if it was my family member or if it was me in there? Like would I want a nurse to just see me as like, oh, I'm abdominal pain? Like, no, I'm Alexis and I have abdominal pain, you know? So that is something that I am in a little struggle with right now. But you know, every day we're getting better. So in conclusion, I'm really grateful for this experience in the ER because I have grown so much in so many ways. Like I feel like I've come out of my shell a lot more. I can communicate with people much easier. I am not as scared as I am before to work with patients or to work with new disease processes that I'm not familiar with, because I see so many different things on the daily. So I'm a lot more comfortable working with patients. I'm a lot more confident in my skill set and my nursing assessment. I just feel like it was so perfect for me to start in the ER. Like I feel like I would not have had such a good experience if I didn't start off in such a crazy environment like the ER, because it just grew me exponentially. So let me know down below if you guys have any specific questions that I can answer about my experience in the ER. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I love y'all with all my heart, and I'll see you guys in the next video.